Jeremy. I'm your tour guide for this Best Man speech. If you could just keep your arms and legs inside the barn at all times, we'll be good to go from here on out. I've been in this barn before, so I know that there's like this huge screen, and I was super prepared for like this awesome 58 or 9 slideshow PowerPoint, all animations and everything. And Alyssa was like, no, you can't do that. That's dumb. Everyone's going to fall asleep. You look really buff. You've been working out. I didn't really pay attention, so something along those lines. So instead of that great PowerPoint, what we're going to get is this super basic, whatever, best man speech. So step 1, introduction. Nailed it. Moving on. Step 2, how do I know Brian? It's actually a pretty great story. I lived with him. All right, step 3. Actually, that story is a little bit more interesting than that. So it happened about 10-ish years ago. We've known each other forever. So Joel and I were looking for an extra roommate in the house that we were living with. Our other roommate said, hey, you know, I found a guy. I found someone who's great. They told me when he's going to move in, told me when he can pay rent. Everything's great. Also, I haven't met him, and it was his mom that told me that he was going to move in. So Tracy's the MVP here. Thank you very much. I'm still just super honored that I get to be here and do this speech. I remember the moment that Brian asked me to be best man. We were at Boulevard, as we are very often, because we like beer quite a bit. But we were at Boulevard, and he was kind of telling us the details, and just out of nowhere, he looked at me and goes, so, best man? And I choked a little bit, and I go, best man? Not that I didn't think that I was deserving of it, but just because we have so many great friends in our crew, so many great guys up here that I'm just incredibly honored that I get to be best man for this. So thank you so much for letting me be here and do this. Cool. Step 3, moving on. Killing it so far. Embarrassing story time. Man, are there a lot of them. I think my favorite one, they have a drinking game going on here. I think my favorite embarrassing story that I can tell that really just kind of highlights the character that Brian is and his generosity and his giving attitude and all-around great guy. There was one time when we were living in Manhattan together. It was during the summer, and of course anyone that's from Manhattan that went to K-State knows that during the summer in Aggieville, man, those bars really want your money and they will slash prices to get you in the door. One day we went, he's already shaking his head, this is great. We went to Aggieville, just the two of us. We said, you know what, oh look, Kites is doing 50-cent well drinks. That sounds like right up our alley. So we go in and Brian goes, I got the first round. High roller over here. So I sit down at a table, I come back. Brian comes back with 8 glasses of whiskey and Cokes, sets them down. I look at him and go, what the heck, man? Brian goes, they're 50 cents. I had a $5 bill and I tipped him $1. It worked out. So that was a really great Tuesday night. Embarrassing story, nailed it. Moving on. Obviously, I'm not married because who would want to marry this? But I don't awe that. If there's one thing that I would like to pass along as advice, it's the 3 rules that I try to live my life by. So I know these are great rules, and you guys are just going to live by them every day. So friendly advice. Step 1, never forget where you came from. It's something that I try to keep close to my heart. Remember my upbringings, where I came from, and keep that in relation to where I'm at now. So just kind of always remember where you came from. Step 2, get a little better each day. Whether that's a new talent, whether that's waking up a little bit early, whether that's doing something nice for the other person in the relationship, just do something a little bit better each day, and you'll be surprised how far you can get. And then step 3, party. Man, life's short, so if I can just kind of repeat everything again, I'm just so incredibly honored to be here. By the way, this napkin's totally blank, I fooled you. So this was, again, but before we did this, Alyssa's like, you don't have anything prepared, do you? You're just gonna wing it. And the truth is, for the most part, but I did prep all of this just because you guys are so incredibly special to me. I love you both so much, and I'm so honored to be here. And thank you so much again. So if we could go ahead and lift our glasses, if we could toast to the new couple. Cheers.
All right, now we're going to hear from our matron of honor, Brianna.